Hello friends, today we will discuss a very interesting and mysterious topic, the accounts of people who have returned from death and whether the afterlife is real. Death is something that everyone tries to avoid, but will eventually face. So what happens after death? No one can know for sure, but some people have faced death and returned to life, sharing their experiences with us. These experiences and accounts have sparked much debate in both science and religion. In this video, we will take a closer look at the experiences of people who returned from death and the scientific perspectives surrounding them. The experiences of people who have returned from death are called near-death experiences, NDE. NDE refers to the conscious experiences people have at the moment of death. These experiences usually involve a series of common themes. These include the light tunnel. Most people who have returned from death report seeing themselves moving toward a bright light. Life review. Some people describe their lives flashing before their eyes, like a film reel, during their near-death experience. Meeting spiritual beings. Those who experience NDEs often report encountering lost loved ones or religious figures. Sense of peace. Many people describe feeling an extraordinary sense of peace and security after death. Many of these experiences share similarities even among people from different cultures. But are these really experiences of the afterlife, or are they just a brain misfire at the moment of death? The brain undergoes very complex chemical and electrical reactions at the time of death. Neurologists argue that the lack of oxygen in the brain at the moment of death causes hallucinations. Some scientists explain NDEs as simply a type of brain malfunction. For instance, when the brain loses too much oxygen, hallucinations and subconscious experiences can occur. Therefore, sensations like moving through a tunnel or seeing light could be interpreted as the brain's protective mechanisms. Another theory concerns the role of brain chemicals. Substances like endorphins and serotonin may trigger the feelings of peace and tranquility experienced by people who undergo death experiences. The release of these chemicals in the final moments of life can sometimes lead to highly vivid experiences seen at the moment of death. However, these theories have been met with many criticisms because NDEs are experiences not just for a select group of people, but for a vast number of individuals worldwide. Why does the brain create such similar experiences? Different religions depict life beyond death. These beliefs often parallel certain aspects of NDEs. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and others suggest that the soul transitions to another realm after death. Christianity. According to Christian belief, death is a transition where the soul is judged and either goes to heaven or hell. Many who experience NDEs report seeing a place that resembles heaven and feeling immense peace there. Islam. In Islam, death is the transition to the afterlife. Souls are judged based on their actions during their worldly life, after which they either go to heaven or hell. Buddhism. Buddhism supports the idea of reincarnation, where death is part of a cycle of rebirth. The deceased begin a new life in another body. Some NDEs are even associated with reincarnation. These religious beliefs create a foundation for faith in life after death, and the similarities between the figures encountered in NDEs and those in religious texts may be seen by many as evidence of the existence of an afterlife. Many famous people have publicly shared their experiences after returning from death. Here are some examples. Dr. Eben Alexander, a neurologist doctor. Eben Alexander fell into a coma for 7 days in 2008 due to meningitis and returned from death. He described traveling through a light tunnel, meeting loved ones, and feeling extraordinary peace. Anita Moorjani. After surviving cancer, Moorjani reported having a completely different perspective on life after her near-death experience. She said that love and peace in the afterlife encompassed everything. Howard Storm. An art teacher, Howard Storm, was on the brink of death due to a perforated stomach and described traveling through a light tunnel, meeting the deceased, and being guided to a peaceful place. However, he soon realized that the experience was meant to teach him a life lesson. These and similar stories raise more questions about the afterlife and offer us a chance to ask new questions about the existence of another realm. NDEs create a significant conflict between science and religion. While science tries to explain these experiences through chemical reactions in the brain, religious beliefs and personal testimonies argue that these experiences are a spiritual reality. So, can these conflicts be resolved? Some scientists claim that chemical changes in the brain at the moment of death could account for all these experiences, but people who have had these experiences argue that what they went through was much more real. These contradictions suggest that NDEs, while expanding our perspectives on death and the afterlife, still remain shrouded in mystery and uncertainty. In conclusion, the experiences of those who have returned from death remain unexplained. While science suggests these experiences stem from the brain and chemical reactions, personal testimonies and religious beliefs strengthen the faith in the existence of an afterlife. Perhaps the question, is the afterlife real, will remain unanswered, but the mystery surrounding it shows the depth of human curiosity about life after death. Death, while an inevitable part of life, has always made people ponder the uncertainty and mystery that comes with it. While the truth of the experiences of those who have returned from death is still debated, one thing these stories provide is a reflection of human nature's desire to explore the limits of consciousness and the soul. NDEs offer a powerful insight into a topic that not only those who have faced death, but all of us have thought about. If the afterlife really exists, how would it shape our perspective on the world, the meaning of life, and our existence beyond death? Answering these questions might offer us a lifetime of deep exploration. Perhaps not knowing what happens after death makes life itself more precious. Maybe the greatest discovery isn't about death, but about finding the meaning of life itself. Throughout our lives, we embark on a journey in hopes of answering these questions. But perhaps the true answers will be found not with death, but with every moment we live. In conclusion, understanding death and what comes after is a crucial step in grasping our existence as human beings. The information shared in this video might lead everyone to reevaluate their thoughts on the afterlife. We will all embark on this journey one day, but perhaps what matters most is living the life we have to the fullest before we do.
But once you realise you're not going to be around forever, I think that's what makes life so magical. One day you'll eat your last meal, smell your last flower, hug your friend for the very last time. You might not know it's the last time, so that's why you should do everything you love with passion, you know? Treasure the few years you've got, because that's all there is.